Hello, everybody. I'm Nathan Tatum.
What up, guys? It's G Dizzle, Gary Green.
Hi guys, it's Alyssa Felix.
Hey, it's just Anna.
So, this is 4 P's in the Pod podcast, sponsored by Audiobooks. You can get a free code off, 4 P's in the Pod. Today, we are going to be talking about the relations, the connections between the book Speak, Melinda, and rape stories. So, in the book, there are a ton of things relating to sexual actions, harassment, and oh wait, I forgot, trigger warning for anyone that's what's the word called? Like not sick of rape and yeah, and so okay, let me just get right into this. All right, so. Well, like I said, there are a ton of instances in the book where there's a lot of sexual harassment, and in the book, on page 194, in the book Speak, the author goes into detail on how Melinda was getting pulled back. You know what I'm saying? Getting pulled back by Andy Evans. Now, mind you, Andy Evans, he is famous in the school. He's like infamous. That man is like he's the GOAT. But honestly, like, that's not okay. And see, look, in the book, she goes into detail. She was like, his mouth is on my face. I twist my head. His lips are wet. His teeth knocked against my cheekbone. I pull my arms again. He slams his body against mine. I have no legs. My heart wobbles. His teeth are on my neck. The only sound I can make is a whimper. Now, that is a lot to take in, honestly, because that's just descriptive. Like, that's horrible. Why would Andy even do that? And that brings me to my next point. My next argument, or my next evidence. Samantha Schmidt, right, in this article, in her article, Samantha Schmidt's article, she has, so this article, right, it's perspectives of other rape victims. And there's this girl, her name is Jenna Curtis. She says, in her perspective, she says, I saw someone brushing up kind of fast behind me, so I jerked around, reaching my hand out, and grabbed his hand. And she goes on to explain that she asked him again. She was like, what are you doing? And he said, I was gonna grab your ass. Now that's terrible, okay? That is awful. And the thing is, this is in a school environment, so it's worse. So my thematic statement is speak up, alright? Just, you know what I'm saying, like, get your voice out. Like, get help too, and also, like, just, defend yourself in a time of need. Now I'm gonna go to my correspondent, Chiselba. Please take the phone.
Good job, Gary. The figure with what Gary said. A real life. Hold on. A real life event was the Me Too movement specifically, and then its connections with the book Speak. To start off, Melinda never speaking about what happened to her. Melinda never speaking up about what happened to her and what was overwhelming her is similar in the stories in the Me Too movement. It's similar because the people in the Me Too movement, it took them years and maybe decades before being able to speak up about their sexual assault or just their story. The theme of the novel is learning to communicate your emotions and defending yourself. And that's what Melinda and each of the victims in the Me Too movement learned to do. On page 198, Anderson explains, Andy Evans raped me in August when I was drunk and too young to know what was happening. It wasn't my fault, and I'm not going to let it kill me. I can grow. Melinda finally coming to terms with her assault is the same thing that all the survivors in the Me Too movement had to do so they would be able to move forward with themselves and their life and grow as just a person in general. And that's what's great about these stories, because you can learn from them too. You can learn to speak up about yourself and just grow as a person. Okay, now to you, Elizabeth.
Okay. My name is Alyssa Felix, and I wanted to touch more on the book Speak. The way the main character Melinda speaks up about herself is so important because with the Me Too movement, everyone finally spoke for themselves. In the book, it says, "No, I did not like this." This basically is talking about how Melinda went through this, knowing how she felt on the incident. She was drunk and afraid, too young to comprehend, and is trying to move on from this. Melinda Moore in the book was, I'd say, bullied at school, and like people made fun of her and talking about her and everything. I feel like with the Me Too movement and everyone in the Me Too movement, people in the Me Too movement didn't speak up because they felt that way, because they felt feared. That's pretty much all I have to say. Here is our next person.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You shall call me Nathan Tatum. To sum up this whole conversation, you can see that there are many examples of sexual assault and rape. One of the survivors is named Melinda from the book Speak. She goes on talking about how she was assaulted at the party, but she kept it to herself because she feared people's reaction. From the book Speak on page 135, she says, "No, I don't want to." No, I don't want to, right? But I can't spit it out. She felt trapped in that situation, just like the others in the Me Too movement. All the survivors and their stories always described how they felt helpless during their assaults, and this is the same that Melinda felt during that movement. All right, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Is this 10 minutes yet? Oh, 7 minutes.
Oh, 7 minutes.
All right.
Pretty
Let's just keep talking. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the moral of the story is just like, if you a man, do not like don't even think about it. That's for consent first. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just go on about your life and just do this, you're fitting the stereotype. Honestly, do you want to be a statistic? Like honestly, like, because in America, I've heard a stat somewhere. It says like 1 in 48 children are victims, and that's a terrible stat because this world, honestly, it's desensitized to all this stuff, and like no one can just be safe anymore. Men, women, no one can be safe. So I say to you, like, just love your families, love your mama, your daddy, your son, no, your brother, your sister. Like, just love people. But like, if you have a lover, bro, just like respect them in their needs, because they will respect you if you respect them back, honestly, and they'll like you more as a person, and not just forcing yourself. And that brings me to another point: alcohol. Don't drink, because those can lead to those kind of actions, like all those kind of drugs. Yeah, they like. Don't abuse any substances. No, nothing. Just keep to yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be you. Be mellow. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got anything to add to run the runtime?
I totally agree with Gary Green over here. Society today is corrupt, and it's just very sad, you know. And like, us men need to set a better example. True. Because women these days are always scared to walk down the street. Do you know how embarrassing that is for us men? Like, we have to always ask for consent. All right, that's the number one thing of a man that should ever do. You know, because make sure your partner, your woman, your love of your life, you know, make sure yeah, that's pretty much all. You know, be a good man. Be a good man.
How much time is left?
Not like a minute. You guys got something to say?
Okay.
You have something?
You go first.
Basically, just what they all had to sum up is try not to be a bad person, and even just in general, try to watch how others are, watch their perspective, and watch how they feel when you do something to someone or talk to someone. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. My turn again. I think like the main moral of the story is be kind to everybody. And if you're not kind, I was about to say if you're not kind, you suck. Like, what is wrong with you? That's it.
You suck.
Speak up for yourself too.
Is that the wait? What was the criteria again? Like.
Oh, we have to say thank you, huh?
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait, hold on. Thank you for listening to our podcast. I appreciate it.